basically all I use is the type of method feeder fishing that I'm going to do today, which is match carp fishing. And all it is ground up trout pellets, because at the end of the day, carp and trout pellets are what professional carp breeders feed the carp on, so that's what they know more about it than I do. They're the boys at the end of the day. So for a typical session like today, I'd probably use 2 bags of that, and that's more or less all I'd put in it, other than maybe give them a squirt of a different flavour just to give it a slightly different taste, but I don't think that makes too much difference. It's just a confidence thing. So I'll start by just mixing up 1 bag full. So it's basically just a bag full in, and then this might come as a bit of a shock. I've measured off in there's 450 ml of water, which will do a 900 gram bag. And with lots of ground bait, it's like there's a lot of finesse that goes from mixing it up, but this is just chuck a lot in and do that. And if you look at that, it just looks like total and utter sludge, and you wouldn't mix it up like that. But give it a good mix. I normally do this the night before, but if you leave that for sort of 20 minutes, half an hour, it'll end up looking, believe it or not, something like that, because it does absorb like loads and loads of water. And when you squeeze that up, it makes a really tight ball that looks like it won't break down, but when you put it on a feeder, just throw that way. You get squeezed on a feed, it goes on really, really easy. I suppose everybody's seen how putting a bait on and tucking it back in, so all I do is have a short hook hose on, drop my bait in there, put that on and squeeze it on, probably make it a little bit neater than that. And that should stay on when you cast, and then when it hits the bottom it will slowly break down. So as you can see now, that's starting to absorb the water. It's nowhere near as sludgy as it was. So what I'd do is I'd normally leave that for sort of, even if it's mixing up today, leave it for 20 minutes, half an hour, and then just run it through the riddle. So if I just run it through the riddle now, you'll be able to see how it starts to go. Looks like a horrible sucky net. I don't know whether anybody uses a riddle for mixing the ground up, but I find it really important. It just puts a little bit of air in, breaks all the lumps up. Just seems to do the ground bait good, really. It does look horrible when you first put that big load of water in. It doesn't look right. I've had 1 or 2 people show me, Andy Finley and Steve Ringer, they do it more or less exactly the same. That's how they do it, that's good enough for me. As you can see. Even like that looks okay, it's not too bad. But leave it for a little bit longer, it sort of absorbs the water. It does literally end up, if anybody wants to have a feel of that, the difference between the two, themselves. That up last night before it came out.
So do you just use tap water if you mix it up at home?
Yeah. You know, if blast tap water into a bucket, it gets rid of all the chlorine, etc. Anyway, so I think half of what they tell you about using lake water is alright.
Just like that with the aquariums that you say never use tap water.
Well, I've won enough matches and caught enough carp doing that for it not to bother me. I think lots of what people
the
talk,
old thinking was always mix it up with the water at the bank, wasn't it?
Lots of what people talk about baits. Some of it's alright and some of it's